So, Parenthood came out in 1989, PG-13, 2 hours and 4 minutes. The film was directed by Ron Howard, and it seems like anything from Ron Howard, it's kind of outstanding, honestly. I feel like he's kind of our generation of John Hughes, and I know that that's a big similarity. Big comparison, but I feel like there isn't a Ron Howard film that I don't like. When I first even attempted to watch this film, I thought it was going to be one of the stupidest films, and the minute that I watched it got me hooked. We have Steve Martin in this film as Gil Buckman, and we get introduced to him as a child at a baseball game, and before you know it, he gets transformed into his older self, and we kind of see the reality of his everyday life. He's a loving father to 3 children, and he loves his wife, Karen, who's played by Mary Steenburgen, and all he wants to do is, give his kids the life that he never had. And as the film goes on, we get introduced to the rest of his family. We have Diane West, who plays his sister, Helen Buckman, and then we have his brother-in-law, Rick Moranis. He plays Nathan Huffner. So the whole film is it's a family-friendly film. And I take that kind of with a grain of salt to a degree, because obviously there's, things that all families deal with. Nothing too crazy in this film, but it pulls at your heartstrings to realize that being a parent isn't what it's all cracked up to be. There are times that your kid isn't going to listen. There are times that you're going to feel like you'll let them down. But, overall, they, if you show that you love them, they'll feel it too. And I feel like this film, every parent should watch, just because, you need to remember that you don't, even if you think you're failing them, you're not. Obviously, situations can be different, but this film really pulled at my heartstrings, and I don't even really need to tell you guys the synopsis, just that, and I guarantee you're gonna want to watch it, because there aren't films like this anymore. IMDb gave it a 7.1 out of 10. I give it a 5 out of 5. I love films that teach you a lesson, and this was definitely one of them. If you haven't seen it before, you are interested in watching it, it's on Tubi. But it is very powerful, and I think you'll learn a lot, especially if you are a parent or if you want to become one. It definitely teaches you just the reality of how hard it is to be a parent every day. So give it a watch. Let me know what you think.